Celebrity Close 2023.
Meet the Shakira lookalike who will have you doing a double take. Shakira's doppelganger, Shaki Becca, performs around the world to the tunes of the Colombian singer.
Story by Natalia Trejo. What's better than one Shakira? 2, of course. Rebecca Mailano is the spitting image of the Colombian singer, and if it weren't for her name and bio on social media, we'd easily be fooled into thinking she's the real Hips Don't Lie singer. According to her account, Rebecca is Shakira's international double, and she's a Venezuelan singer-songwriter, who currently performs for her show Shakira Live. Although Shakira's voice is inimitable, there's no doubt Shakira could easily fool anyone, maybe even Gerard Piqué.
Many have noticed their similarities. Could they just have similar features? Or could they have the same DNA somehow? Let me know what you think in the comments section.
A new Iggy Azalea lookalike has been found on TikTok. She goes by the name Bria Wood and has all the thickness of Iggy Azalea, but her assets look real. But what do you think? Do they look similar or not to you? We'll take a look at some more pictures of Bria Woods and a couple videos too. Let me know what you think in the comments section.
A recent story has some saying actress Rebel Wilson looks like a completely different person. You be the judge.
Recently, a girl who looks like Selena Gomez popped up on social media.
Demi Lovato has a double, and here's what we know about the Colombian influencer. There is a Colombian influencer walking around with Demi Lovato's face. Okay, we might be exaggerating a little bit, but let's say that there is for sure a Colombian influencer who looks a lot like Demi Lovato. Honestly, in some pictures it's hard to tell that it's not Demi, that's how much they look alike. The influencer in question goes by Yinith Online or Yinith Colombiana, and no, she does not work as a Demi Lovato impersonator, although she totally could. Let's take a look at some pictures of this Demi Lovato doppelganger from Instagram.
Dwayne Johnson reacts to viral, lookalike police officer, wow. Even Dwayne Johnson is surprised. The 49-year-old Jungle Cruise star agreed that he is also impressed by the uncanny resemblance to a doppelganger from Alabama. OS. Wow, Johnson tweeted Monday, reposting a side-by-side photo of himself and Patrol Lieutenant Eric Fields of the Morgan County Sheriff's Office, which has gone viral online with over 13,500 likes. Both buff, bald men flashed an easy smile in aviator sunglasses in the images. The look-alike connection first tallied the internet with a Facebook post from the MCSO 2 weeks ago, when a local man asked another law enforcement officer to meet the deputy that people say looks like The Rock.
Gwen Stefani, 52, looks ageless in new photos. How the heck do you look 16? Ellie Spina, writer, Monday, May 2, 2022. Gwen Stefani has been dubbed an ageless queen by fans. On Sunday, the 52-year-old singer took to Instagram to share a carousel of new selfies taken during a recent trip to New York City. Fans quickly responded to the set of photos with praise over Stefani's glowing complexion. "What fountain of youth do you use?" one Instagram follower asked, while another fan chimed in, "Gorgeous. Your skin is literally glowing. Ageless queen. How the heck do you look 16? So stunning," another wrote. "It's crazy how you look like a teenager. My goodness. Amazing," someone else added. "You look absolutely stunning with this makeup look. A natural beauty," another commented. Unfortunately, Stefani's photos also garnered some criticism from followers who felt as though the singer looked unrecognizable, and accused the singer of allegedly overindulging in too much filler. Despite the criticism, there seems to be a resounding approval for Stefani's look, which fans called simply gorgeous. The story continues.
A new Rihanna lookalike has been found on TikTok and she's making her followers do a double take. This remarkable doppelganger of Riri goes by Priscilla Beatrice and she's racked up over 2 million followers on TikTok alone. Well, before you make a judgment, let's take a look at some videos of this Rihanna lookalike and then a few pictures of the two of them side by side.
Recently a Nicki Minaj lookalike has been found on social media. The girl, named Jaya Fern, is making many online do a double take with many of the pictures she posts. To many people's surprise, she is not only not Nicki, but is actually not black, but white. The article "The Internet Loses It After Discovering This Nicki Minaj Lookalike is a White Girl" was first published in October of 2017 on Bet.com's website. The story reads: "You may have heard once or twice in the past Nicki Minaj describing all these B words as her sons. Today, however, it appears as though she has more of a daughter than any actual sons. Or a sister. Or a clone. We're confused. Do they know something we don't, the way they just casually mention her having a clone? Let me know what you think in the comments section." Also, the website The Shade Room posted another Nicki Minaj lookalike recently.
Recently, Mario Lopez appeared on the Snoop Dogg Show, where Lopez brought up cloning, unprompted. Let's take a look.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be? Clone myself.
You was to clone yourself, that's how you get to do all this.
You must have cloned yourself. That's how you get to do all this stuff.
I may need to. I like this.
Clone myself. Clone myself.
Oh, wow.
You must have cloned yourself. That's how you get to do all this.
You was to clone yourself, that's how you get to do all this.
You must have cloned yourself. That's how you get to do all this stuff.
I may need to. I like this.
According to the internet, the mysterious group that supposedly pulls the strings of society still had time to replace Gucci Mane with a replica. Rumors of Gucci 2.0, assuming this is only the second version, details on that remain hazy, popped up after the Atlanta rapper emerged from his 2-year prison bid looking like a graduate of the Captain America recruiting program.
I'm hearing that Gucci is a clone. I wouldn't even support or deny those accusations.
Gucci Mane being a clone is very entertaining. First off, I got to say welcome back to the neighborhood, man. It is a pleasure to have you in the neighborhood, man. Believe that.
Thank y'all for having me. It's a pleasure to be back.
Now, before we do anything, man, this is Gucci Mane.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. All right.
Exactly.
All right, because all that clone stuff that was going down, man, all that when they put that in the universe, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know you got to be extremely important, and people got to give a damn about you when somebody make up a rumor that you've been cloned.
You know, I'm one of a kind, man.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm like a tourist attraction. I'm like the seventh wonder of the world, so I expect stuff like that. You know?
Man, Gucci, when you first hear people say, oh, man, it went down from like, oh, Gucci's dead, oh, they released a different Gucci from prison, so on and so forth. What do you think when you first see something where people saying, oh, Gucci Mane is cloned?
It really doesn't surprise me, man, because I always been an enigma.
Right. Hello.
And I always been just, like, I always been so many rumors about me. I feel like, and I'm not even being funny, I feel like, I'm like, you get one of these every generation.
Right.
And I'm that one.
Okay. And you cool with it, though?
I love it.
You wasn't walking in places like I'm here, I'm alive, and, trying to prove it to everybody.
Nah, man.
How do you do it? I look on Twitter, there you are. Facebook, there you are. Television, there you are. How do you do it? I have a clone. I was going to say that. There's two of you. Cat's out the bag. Okay? A good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. All right. I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. So I'm able to do all that I do. How do you do it? I look on Twitter. There you are. Facebook. There you are. Television. There you are. How do you do it? I have a clone. I was going to say that. There's 2 of you. Cat's out the bag. Okay? A good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. All right. I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. So I'm able to do all that I do. I have a clone. I was going to say that. There's 2 of you. Cat's out the bag. Okay? A good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. All right. I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
Throughout the years, many celebrities, actresses, and other entertainers have been known to use doubles or lookalikes.
TikTok star Sophia goes viral as Cardi B's doppelganger, gets 1 million views in a week over rapper's impression. A TikTok user with the alias of Costco Cardi B and Sophia on Instagram is turning heads after dropping a viral video. She looks just like the singer. February 26, 2021. There are several theories out there that every person has a doppelganger, living a different life somewhere on planet Earth. Whether we may cross paths or not is a subject for another day, but looks like Cardi B has found her doppelganger. A TikTok user with the alias Sophia is turning heads after dropping viral video on the video sharing platform. In the video, shared by The Shade Room, Sophia lip-syncs to Cardi B's new single Up, which released on February 5, 2021 and transitions with each shot from no makeup to fully decked up Cardi B doppelganger.
Here's the video clip that went viral of her impersonation of the rapper/stripper Cardi B.
Once upon a time, and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bitch who nigga wanna fuck. I said my once upon a time, and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bitch who nigga wanna fuck. I said my
Many celebrity lookalikes are popping up all over social media like Instagram and TikTok. Today we look at two cosplayers on TikTok who look stunningly similar to the celebrities who play their characters in the movies. First up is the account Miniskate. This Scarlett Johansson double could make anybody do a double take. Many videos on her page show just how much she looks like the Black Widow actress. Next up is the account Anastasia Queen, who is a dead ringer for Hollywood movie star Margot Robbie. In her Harley Quinn outfit, many have been fooled into believing they were looking at the actual actress who plays Harley Quinn when they were actually seeing this TikToker. How many more celebrity lookalikes are out there?
The musicians, the designers, moved us all out to Hollywood, moved us all out to New York, literally signing a contract and selling our souls. They got contracts out there that say, you can't say Jesus. Literally signing a contract and selling our souls.
Literally signing a contract and selling our souls.
Well, if the devil had you serving 8 restaurants at one time, it might drive you crazy. It might drive you crazy.
It might drive you crazy.
Life has shown me that God is the only, the real, not the phony. The phony will clone
Senator Bill Frist, August 2nd, 2022. 25 years after my house call to Dolly. What have we learned about cloning, and how did we learn it? 25 years ago, the scientific breakthrough of mammalian cloning marked a monumental moment in medicine and science. Anticipating the collision it would have with ethical decision-making in medicine, I, the only physician scientist in the U.S. Senate at the time, journeyed to the University of Edinburgh in Scotland to personally visit Sir Ian Wilmot at his research lab at the Roslin Institute. Professor Wilmot, just months before, in 1996, had cloned a sheep from an adult somatic cell, shocking the world. This was the first successful attempt of its kind. All over the world, people were wondering, would we be cloning a human next? We talked science, we talked ethics, and we talked about his creation's potential impact on altering the course of human history. I also met and examined the cloned sheep Dolly in her stall. Dolly, named after Tennessee's own Dolly Parton, was a finished Dorset sheep cloned from a single adult mammary gland cell. Her creation, birth, and short life were scientific feats that immediately sparked global concern and discourse on the increasingly complex moral and ethical dilemma posed by a sudden discovery of life-manipulating science. Wilmot and colleagues published their achievement in February '97, having kept Dolly secret for 7 months. We as a society were quickly forced to answer difficult, probing questions. A few months later, on the Senate floor, I borrowed a question that the Washington Post editorial board had posed a few years before. Is there a line that should not be crossed, even for scientific or other gain? And if so, where is it? Alright, and the story continues. And I wanted to show you guys that this has been in the news for a long time. The morality, the ethics to it, because everyone knows the science is there. Alright, thank you. Let me know what you think in the comments. MTV's Clone High, or Clone High USA, is a Canadian-American adult animated sitcom created by Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, and Bill Lawrence. The comedy centers on a high school populated by clones of famous historical figures, and it aired on MTV from 2002 to 2003. Let's read the show synopsis real quick. Clone High, a group of high school teens, are the products of government employees' secret experiment. They are the genetic clones of famous historical figures who have been dug up, recreated anew. Joan of Arc, Cleopatra, JFK, Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, and more are juxtaposed as teenagers dealing with teen issues in the 20th century.
Way back in the 1980s. Secret government employees dug up famous guys and ladies. Made up using genetic copies.
Could Paul McCartney have been cloned and replaced in the 60s, as some have claimed? You may have heard of the Paul is dead rumor. It's one of music's most mysterious claims. Could Paul McCartney have been the first celebrity clone? It's been over 50 years after rumors circulated that the musician Paul McCartney from the Beatles had died and was replaced by a clone / lookalike in the 60s. Today, the PacLives channel will take an in-depth look at the story, and you be the judge. On October 12, 1969, a listener to Russ Gibbs' radio show on the station WKNR in Detroit called with an intriguing piece of information. They claimed that if Gibb were to play the Beatles' avant-garde sound collage Revolution 9 backwards, they would hear the message, "Turn me on, dead man." It was supposedly a reference to Paul McCartney, who had reportedly died 2 years earlier and had been replaced by a lookalike. Since then, the man who appeared to be Beatle Paul was an imposter, and the other 3 Beatles were trying to bring the scam to the attention of the world via a series of clues hidden within album artwork and buried deep within the grooves of their recent recordings. Quote, "The whole thing just exploded," unquote, Gibb recalled. The phones were ringing off the hook. People were calling with their own clues. It was non-stop. It was really a phenomenon. For a while it seemed like it might really be true. The Paul is dead rumor is one of the most curious examples of a conspiracy theory, or mass hysteria, depending on your point of view, to emerge from rock music. Like the old idea that metal bands hide subliminal messages in their songs. The idea that evil record companies are trying to pull a fast one on the innocent fans is an enduring fantasy. Or is it a fantasy? But how did the rumors start and who was responsible? The Paul is dead rumors' roots first took place in January 1967. The Beatles' book, The Fab Four's official fan magazine, noted that January 7th of that year had seen some treacherous weather on the roads, and went on to say, towards the end of the day, a rumor swept London that Paul McCartney had been killed in a car crash on the M1. But of course, there was absolutely no truth in it at all. However, the story wouldn't go away. 2 years later, on September 17th, 1969, a student newspaper, the Drake Times Delphic, published a story entitled, "Is Beatle Paul McCartney Dead?" The feature was written by 19-year-old Tim Harper, who claimed he didn't even own a Beatles record, but had gathered information on the conspiracy from other students. Quote, "Lately on campus there has been much conjecturing on the present state of Beatle Paul McCartney. An amazing series of photos and lyrics on the group's albums point to a distinct possibility that McCartney may indeed be insane, freaked out, or even dead." Harper went on to list some of the giveaway clues that proved that the bassist had passed away. On the sleeve of Sgt. Pepper, a mysterious hand is held over the head of McCartney, which, quote, "many believe is an ancient death symbol of either the Greeks or the American Indians," unquote. A left-handed guitar lies on the, quote, "grave," unquote, at the group's feet. Does it spell out the word Paul? On the back cover of Sgt. Pepper, Paul McCartney has his back to the camera, and George Harrison's thumb is pointing to the lyric, apparently the time that Paul met his maker. On the gatefold photo in the center of the Sgt. Pepper album, Paul is wearing a black armband. The piece also claims that if a fan rings a certain English phone number at 5 a.m. on any Wednesday and claims they know the secret to the mystery, they will win the Beatles' private island in the Mediterranean. And in the pre-internet days, confirming news was always a slow process. The rumors continued into October 1969, leading Apple Records press officer Derek Taylor to convey a statement from Paul himself on the 10th, quote, "I am alive and well," unquote. It didn't help. 2 days later, Russ Gibb received that fateful call from a listener, who explained the clues at length and prompted more discussion. This in turn prompted the reviewer Fred LeBour to write a review of the Beatles' new album, Abbey Road, for the Michigan Daily on October 14th, which was quite fanciful and more than a little satirical, accusing McCartney of losing his songwriting mojo. He titled the review, "McCartney Dead, New Evidence Brought to Light," referring to the album. LeBour nailed some of the key facts in the Paul is Dead rumor, having made a lot of them up himself. They were: Paul died in a car accident after leaving a Beatles session in November '66 while preparing the band's new album Smile, and ended up decapitated by the smash. The details of Paul's horrific demise was to be kept from the public, but that John Lennon had decided to let the truth out via a series of cryptic clues on the Beatles' recordings and album covers. A man called William Campbell would be drafted in to play Paul on future Beatles records. He was given plastic surgery, but you can see what the real Campbell looks like in a photo on the poster given away with the White Album. The color photo of Paul shows scars on his upper lip, where the surgery was done, but they claim it was actually from a motorbike accident he'd had in the spring of 1966, claiming that a video for Backpack Rider, in it you can see Paul's knackered teeth, quote unquote. Alongside this, there are numerous clues on Beatles album covers and tracks to reveal the truth, including on the black armband seen on the Sgt. Pepper cover are the letters OPD, which they claim means officially pronounced dead, but it's actually a badge from the Ontario Provincial Police. At the end of Strawberry Fields Forever, John Lennon cried, "I buried Paul," they claim, but others say he actually says cranberry sauce. If you play the end of I'm So Tired backwards, you hear the muttered words, "Paul is dead, man. Miss him, miss him, miss him." Alright, and continuing, on the cover of Abbey Road, Paul is wearing no shoes as he is a corpse, while John represents God. Ringo is the undertaker, and George is a grave digger. The article also claims that the four had just walked out of a quote-unquote cemetery, but others say it's a residential block in real life. Octopus's garden is British Navy slang for a graveyard. The article ends with a tongue-in-cheek insistence that, quote, "The Beatles are building a mighty church, and when you emerge from it, you will be laughing, for Paul is the Son of God," unquote. The editor of the paper notes that Mr. LeBour says it's all true, quote unquote. Despite being called deliberately ridiculous, the rumor kept circulating and extra clues were allegedly found, including the license plate of the Volkswagen Beetle on the cover of Abbey Road says 28 IF, meaning Paul would have been 28 if he'd survived. He'd actually just turned 27 in June 1969. And another one, there's a shadow that looks like a skull in the back cover of Abbey Road. Or if you like, there are dots on the wall that appear to spell out 3, as in 3 Beatles, allegedly. And another is if you turn the cover of Magical Mystery Tour upside down, the letter Beatles spell out the number 5371438, which is the London number that will allow you to win the Beatles' Mediterranean island. Also, on the Magical Mystery Tour cover, 3 Beatles wear red roses on their suits, while Paul's is black. If you play the number 9 bit from Revolution 9 on the White Album backwards, you can clearly hear "Turn Me On, Dead Man," they claim. Could there be any validity in these so-called clues and claims from the Paul is dead theory? No matter what you believe, records say in the autumn of 1969, Paul did seem to disappear for a while others will say, of course, Paul didn't die in the 60s. The Paul McCartney is dead theory is all one big hoax. He's been alive this whole time. He fathered 4 children and is a stepdad to a 5th. And the Beatles never broke up either. Could Paul McCartney have had a DNA clone made of him? Or did he really just retreat to his farm in Scotland with his wife Linda? You be the judge. Let me know what you think in the comments.
I guess originally you were born in Jersey?
Yeah. Originally, my first gen. I'm a second gen now. That's why you see the celebrity bursts say I'm born in Toronto, but that's false. My first gen was born in Jersey. However, I was cloned by Clonate in Canada. My model number is 0112568, if anyone wants to see the registration in Clonate.
Okay. So then you ended up in South Florida?
Yeah.
Okay. And what nationality are you?
Sicilian and Puerto Rican.
Okay. Sicilian and Puerto Rican. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that now.
Those are my
up.
2 genomes.
Okay. They're test tube baby.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, a lot of the memories from Clonate were erased just so that way the new gen can move forward with whatever new programming was made.
Okay. You know.
I believe in a new norm now. I believe in a new norm of like through the creation and synthesis in DNA that we can live like immortal through clones and transfer our consciousness. I'm in living proof now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually looking.
Shout out Clonade.
What's that?
Shout out Clonade.
Yeah. Well, you could actually, as soon as you die, they could actually freeze your body.
Well, what happened with my first gen is they took the skull, because he initially had written in a will to the Raelian movement that maybe if there's others, I don't know. And like, I don't know sports. Like martial arts is about it, but basketball, football, bro, like my planet doesn't have that shit. So I don't know nothing of it. And they were teaching me to slam dunk, and apparently I jumped very high. Gravity here is like amazing. So I slam dunked the ball, and he caught it on a boomerang, and of course Drake follows and seen it, and then that's how everything. And the rest from there will be history.
A lot of people want to be models, but never reach the heights that you've already reached, and it seemed like you weren't even trying.
Sorry, I was receiving a message. Come again? What were you saying?
Well, why the name Death of SoundCloud?
I mean, come on, bro. What you mean? I killed that shit. Killed that motherfucker, bro. After that, I don't think there will be like another demon to crawl out of that fucking hole. And metaphorically, SoundCloud being the hole. And let's say like if hell cracked open and a bunch of bats crawled out of there, you got all these like amazing talents that just fluttered out and just took over hip hop and this industry, period. It's like I want to make sure that I was gonna make a stamp that I'm the last one to crawl out there. After Kid Boo, there will be no more. I challenge you.
Okay.
I challenge any other up and comers, anyone else on SoundCloud.
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, listen good, bro. I escaped from the Clone A facility, dog, and I didn't want to just tell you this on a phone call because the world needs to know, but I saw your name in those files, bro. I
know
your
I'm a
name in
clone,
the files,
nigga.
bro. You're a clone.
I'm a third gen. You feel me?
Yeah. So you know already. Damn. Fuck, bro.
Yeah,
Yo.
my model number was 2568666.
You know the government gonna come for you too now, right? That's it, bro.
Do it.
They coming for you. And low key, Rice Gum, he has a clone too, bro. That
Who?
nigga Afro.
Who you talking about?
Afro, Rice Gum, he got a clone too. But he living with his clone. This nigga weird. He weird as fuck.
Yeah, I'm a third gen though. Both my first and second gen was fucking up.
My first gen was fucking shit up, bro, doing crazy shit. All kind of crazy shit. You know what I'm
had
saying?
a toxic first gen.
My first gen is toxic, bro.
That shit crazy. They don't really understand like clonate is really fucking people up.
What's funny is that
they don't
a
know
lot
this
of
shit we
people,
gotta go through on a day.
They not even aware. A lot of these people aren't even aware of this shit.
We don't bleed real
magic.
blood. It's like a crossbreed. It's like a crossbreed of blood and like some type of like liquid. I bet you we the only souls on earth that can bleed red and blue.
My blood is red, blue, and then sometimes green.
He says,
"Hey boy, you should have when you had them clone you though. You should have made them clone you with a fucking prettier face though, ugly."
Nah, look, see, my first gen was cute as fuck. He was crazy. And my second gen, he was mega cute. And then my third gen, I'm like, I don't need to be cute. You know what I'm saying? Cute is just too much. I'm too much of a guy when I'm cute. So I'm like, let me be ugly cute.
Hey! I see you. Got this 6-plant impact.
I was too skinny in my second gen, so I'm like, this time I'm gonna just be big. I was too skinny in my second gen, so I had to become big. You know what I'm saying? Big bow team.
Big bow team way.
And what niggas don't know is like, when you a famous artist and you fuck up, they just kill you off and make another one. Look at Kodak. Look at Gucci.
Gucci Man. Trippy Red. Goddamn Liza Minnelli. Who's Liza Minnelli? I just want to say something funny. Kelly Clarkson. Nah, but for real though, like if you ain't a rapper, they aren't gonna clone you, bro. They gotta clone you because low key Lucifer was the god of music. He's like a fallen angel, the angel of music, right? And that's what we are today, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Once he injects it, you can't keep the muscle flat.
In there. Whew. That wasn't so bad. It was a slight pinch. Put your finger in here. We're done. Kibu just got a secret investor. He requested I be microchipped. And he requested I give you guys a quick message. Paradism. For those of you who don't know, be aware. We all need to fight the good fight to free mankind and give job to robotics. A world without money, a world without government. I even found my old sweater. Still fits the same, it's crazy. Got my model number still. Memories. So I was looking through some of my old belongings and I found my old Clonade ID. It's my access badge. You don't have this, you can't go on Yard. You can't use the internet.
Wesley J. Smith, February 8th, 2023. Harvesting clones to live forever would be monstrous. Transhumanists believe that technology will allow them to live forever, or at least indefinitely, in the corporal world. One scheme by which they think they might accomplish this goal is to create clones of themselves and then scavenge those clones' bodies for parts to be transplanted. This idea was just featured in the Daily Mail. Regardless of the huge strides scientists have made towards reaching the elusive goal, immortality remains a pipe dream. But one researcher in the anti-aging field believed we could get there, or at least extend human lives beyond the current biological boundaries without any miracle pill or injection. Dr. Alex Zavarikov, head of biotech company In Silico Medicine, says human clones could offer the answer to eternal life. Theoretically, the sci-fi concept of growing bodies in labs would provide people with spare vital organs when theirs begin to fail in order to extend their life. Be very clear, this proposal is not only immoral, it is monstrous. Why? Human cloning would create human beings asexually, meaning cloning for body parts would be to create slaves and treat them merely as harvestable crops. The somatic cell nuclear transfer technique being discussed in the story is the same process that made Dolly the sheep. This is how it is done. An egg cell's nucleus is removed. Next, the nucleus of the person to be cloned is removed from a skin cell and placed where the egg's nucleus used to be. The modified egg would then be stimulated and, if the cloning took, a new human embryo would come into being. This has already been accomplished in humans, although the resulting embryos were destroyed after 2 weeks. From that point, it would develop in the same way as an embryo that comes into existence through fertilization does. In other words, the clone of the person seeking to live forever would be fully human. Adding to the immortality, these clones would presumably be gestated in artificial wombs, which would require repeated experimentation on living human embryos and fetuses to perfect. Wrong, wrong, wrong. This dystopian proposal has already been depicted in several science fiction novels and films. Indeed, it almost perfectly mimics a plot point in the Dune novels, in which women are rendered permanently unconscious so that their uteruses can be used as axolotl tanks for gestating. Dr. Alex Zakharov, head of In Silico Medicine and the subject of the Daily Mail article, says, "Cloning, in my opinion, is the only way to make a dramatic leap in life extension and turn longevity into an engineering problem. Scientists would need to develop a way of successfully cloning humans and disabling their cognitive functions so they could only be used for organs," he noted. Of course, Zakharov's lab is in China, the land where medical and other ethics might go to die. Alright, so let me know what you guys think.